Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Jocelyn's here. Holy crap, it's going to be a party tonight.
I
Who
would
else?
bet on it.
Do you want to go through your paperwork tonight if we have a few minutes?
Sure, no problem.
Okay. I think that will encourage other people to do the same. Okay, as people are joining, here's the agenda. Um, I want to talk a little more about trusted circles. I don't think we put the full weight of trusted circles in there. I want to talk about Grit, the book that I'm reading right now, and I encourage other people to read. Not the best book ever written, not Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss caliber, but I think it makes sense. And I want to also talk about something that I ran into today that I think a lot of us do that are pushing future potential clients and are hurting our credibility and our trust. So let's first start with quick introductions. Who wants to go first?
Everyone's being shy.
Yeah, Brian, you volunteer, please.
All right, yeah. Hey, Brian, out here in Oregon, been running my own. Come to realize a job which I call I'm an entrepreneur, but it's more of just a job where I can set my own schedule and stuff. So come to that realization this week. I've been doing that now for 18 and a half years. So we're looking at going a different route, doing some different things, but still making this business to where I can give it to someone else that may be able to want to do something else with it or something. So that's where we're at.
So in other words, sell it. Okay.
Sell it, yes, in the long term, yes.
Okay. Who else? Who's next?
I'll go. Hi, everybody. My name is Jocelyn from Toronto, and I'm just in the beginning stages. I want to launch a business, so I'm in this group to kind of shed ideas and just see where I can start from. So learning from people, hoping to gain some knowledge to be able to start my own business.
Awesome. Who's next?
Hello, everyone. I'm Tyler in Oklahoma. I run a solar company here in Oklahoma. I've done it for about 4 years now. I've been in the solar industry for about 11. So getting on this to try to learn, adapt, and adjust.
Okay. Thank you, Tyler. Who's next?
Hey everybody, my name's Arturo. I run and operate a family contracting business, and currently my father owns it, and me and my sister are partners. But I've been kind of running and operating it for the past year or so. We're trying to build a residential division because so far it's pretty much mostly commercial. So I've handed some of the responsibility back to my father as he's been trying to skirt out. But yeah, right now I was just trying to focus on marketing and sales, just because there's a lot more potential on that side, I believe. It's a lot more of a grind than commercial, but I believe it's way worth it just because of job sizes are easier to manage, and the profits are definitely fatter.
Okay. While I have you, are you processing credit card payments? Do you accept credit cards from clients?
Yeah.
You do? What are you using?
We use a software called Jobber. It's like a
Oh,
CRM,
Jobber. Okay.
invoice, all-inclusive type thing. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the fees associated with that?
It's 3%.
3%. Okay. We should talk about 2.5%. If you're doing, it may not mean a lot right now, but as you grow to, $15,000, $30,000 a month, that 0.5% is going to mean a big deal. So let me know when you're ready for that.
Okay.
And how are the marketing campaign? How's the marketing campaign going? Have you started or what's happening with that?
Yes, so that yeah, like you mean the Facebook ads that we were talking about. So the ads just launched this morning, I believe, either late last night, sometime this morning. So not a lot of feedback so far, but I've already seen it pop up on a couple times just on my own scrolling and stuff. But it looks good. I think this coming week or coming weeks should start seeing a lot of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, keep a close eye on it. Make sure it's working for you. Okay, who wants to go next? Quick introduction. Ish,
Oh,
come on, don't be shy.
how's it going? My name's Ishmael. I'm from Houston, and I'm just trying to start my business in the beginning processes. So I'm looking to get ideas and network with everybody in here, and I appreciate all you guys.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll go next. My name is Abraham. I started an affiliate marketing business about a year ago, but it's not doing very good. It's actually taking money instead of, being profitable.
Oh,
So I would like to learn from you guys so I can become profitable or
okay.
change to something else that my wife could take over if needed, I have an autoimmune disease and I don't know how much I can do. And I would like to prepare for the future just in case.
Okay, sorry to hear about that. Like any other business, I'm a firm believer in social media. To give you an example, the last 10 videos that I posted got about 20 million views. So how many clients could you get if your videos got 20 million views? Right? So I think, and the other thing that we haven't really talked about is the quality of the lead, right? When you're doing a pay-per-click campaign, people know it's a pay-per-click campaign, and there's not enough, they're not really seeing a personality there. But when someone sees your video for the 60th time and they know your sense of humor and they know who you are and they know how you think and you act and everything about you, by the time they come to you and say, hey, can you help me with this? Right? That quality of lead is much higher. Do we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when I was getting leads from LinkedIn and so on, the quality of the lead wasn't very good because LinkedIn is not a very engaging platform. But when I post a video and it has 7,000 comments with people engaging in the conversation, right? By the time they ask for help, they already know what the conversation is. They know what I do. They know what you do. They've already engaged with you, in 5, 10, or 20 different videos. And when they ask for help, that quality of the lead is almost like a referral. A referral, when it's a glowing referral, you've pretty much sold the job, unless you screw up, right? You've pretty much sold the job. It's the same thing. That's the type of lead you're going to get by posting content, videos on TikTok, Insta, and X, for that matter. So the quality of the lead is much higher. Sending out cold emails and doing pay-per-click campaigns will get you leads, but fewer leads, but the quality is not the same. Okay? So if we need to talk more about that, we can. Is there anybody else that would like to introduce themselves?
I think you got us all.
Okay. Would anybody like to tell a joke, Brian?
Me? I've already told one.
Yeah. What have you done for me lately?
I haven't
That's
done
our
very much.
that's our philosophy.
Oh, I was not ready for a joke tonight, Leo.
Okay. Anybody else?
Give me a moment. I'll get you one. Not unless someone
Jocelyn is
else is
ready for a
talking.
joke. I know she has one in her.
Today I have no jokes.
No?
I didn't come prepared with a joke today, but as we're going, maybe I'll think of one and I'll be
Okay.
sure to share.
All right, we'll come back to that. I'm gonna share the screen. And I wanna talk about a little more of a serious subject today. Oh, and by the way, your video, Brian, I think we're at
Yes.
5,000 views or something.
Yeah, I on my side I've seen my views go up, man. Since you have duetted or shared that video, all of them, my following has gone from about 15 up to 30 within the past 2 or 3 days. So I've gained like 15 or 18 followers in the past couple of days because of
Okay.
that. And then also just jumping on the live with you yesterday, that short time that I was on, gained 2 more there as well. Just
Okay.
that short time we were on live.
Okay. And I've encouraged all of you to do the same. I'm here to help you. And sorry, I'm trying to find this video. Oh, here it is. Can you hear her?
No, but I know her video. I've seen it before. Why can't she get hired?
Yes. So, and she's serious. I feel sorry for the poor kid, right? I mean, she's got a devil tattoo on her neck, a devil on her chest, on her forehead, and she's being sincere. Why won't somebody hire her for retail? Jocelyn, can you help her out?
I personally couldn't hire her because I'm a bit scared. I'm worried. If I like I said, I wanted to launch a painting business, and if I'm meeting with someone that looks like this, my house is not getting painted. I can hold off on that. So
Right. Especially when you have your jewelry all over the place and you have your
yeah,
kids
it's
all over the
just too
place.
much.
Yeah. And she truly can't understand why they won't hire her for a retail job.
I don't understand how she can't understand.
Yes.
Because like you even for work, if you're looking for a job, you're a personal brand, right? You're selling yourself to a company, and it's hard to sell this to a company. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay, so no, that's no. So the reason why I wanted to show that was so we can start the conversation, because I truly believe that we all do that to one extent or another. We all do it. I remember flying into a job to help a company from bankruptcy, and he refused to get help because he hated my yellow tie. Okay. I was wearing a dark suit with a yellow tie. It was summer. And he says, you shouldn't be wearing a yellow tie. And for that reason, he chose not to do business with me. I mean, never mind that he's going bankrupt. His employees are not going to pay their mortgages, in a couple of months. But he felt it was important to send me a message to cut off his nose to spite his face. I think that's the saying, right? So we all do shit like that. I've lost people because they don't like my bald head. I've lost people. Brian and I are on the same club.
It looks like Ibrahim is too.
I've lost people because they didn't like the way I dressed. I was overdressed. How can you wear a suit if you're going to analyze a construction company? I've lost people for that. Now, this afternoon, I met a very intelligent young lady who was supposed to be here, but she's in Europe on vacation, and it's 2:00 in the morning there. She couldn't meet, and I have her permission to talk about the subject that we were talking about. Now, she's a very intelligent interior designer, She has a great reputation. She's doing some business. She's been in business for 4 years now, but she's not getting the traction that I think she should be getting. And why do you think that might be? Any guesses?
That image.
Okay.
She's not out there marketing.
Yes. Yes. Well, she has posted some stuff, but she wears a hijab.
Mm.
Okay. So, and some of you guys, like Arturo, you look like a freaking baby. You look like you're 16. Right? I mean, that's a compliment, but also understand that we get judged. Okay? We get judged. Not always in the way that we think we're going to get judged. Like I never assumed somebody was gonna, cancel their own company because I was wearing a yellow tie. And I said, well, what if I get rid of the tie? You can have it. I'll throw it away. Oh no, it's too late. Right? So I've made some posts in the past, and I think we kind of look at this subject, but we don't really look at this subject. And I told the interior designer, if you're okay losing at least $1 million a year because you wear religious clothing, if you're okay with that, then but we need to make a decision. We need to put a price tag on what we're willing to lose. And I believe she's losing more than that today. Okay. So sometimes we have tattoos that are visible or not visible. Some people might be attracted to that. Some people might be repelled by that. Okay. So we have to be ultra sensitive to who our ideal client is. And generally, I push you guys towards the higher end of the ideal client, which means their chances are they're going to be a little more conservative. Okay. And there has been studies that facial hair has a negative effect, probably less and less as we go on, probably none in 10 or 20 or 50 years, but it has an effect today. Okay. So I want us to be aware of that. And I asked her, she's going to sign a letter stating that she's willing to lose $1 million a year because of the way she dresses. And if she's okay signing a letter like that, then I'm okay moving forward. But we cannot ignore the pink elephant in the room. And the gentlemen here that have, facial beards, facial hair, you need to look at that and say, how much is this costing me? I had a gentleman who wanted to start a franchise program, and we were very excited about the program. And he had, he was shaven on top, but a long straggly beard. If he was, downtown somewhere, any major city, you would confuse him with a homeless person. Okay. Because his beard was very long and it wasn't trim. And I said, you're the face of your company. Are you prepared to lose some money because of your beard? And I said, well, is it for religious reasons do you have a beard? Because he didn't look, and he wouldn't answer the question. And I said, well, we need to have a relationship where we can have fearless conversations, and there cannot be anything off limits. If we cannot have these fearless conversations, and if we cannot talk about your beard, then chances are we're not going to have a long-lasting relationship. And, should we invest in this relationship if it's not going to be long-lasting? The relationship quickly ended right after that. So, any questions, comments on that?
So by the beard, that goes for the mustache and the goatee, or
No, I think any type of facial beard, I mean, do look at the research. if you're well groomed, if it looks like you're grooming yourself every day, it's less likely you're going to lose a client. But if you look scruffy and it looks like you haven't showered for days or weeks, that's going to affect your sales. Okay.
Mm,
But if you have, facial beard and it looks trim and it looks like you keep up with it, you're meticulous about it, and because of facial beard, I think you have to be extra meticulous about your clothing. Okay. So I just want to put that out there. You are being judged. We're all being
Okay.
judged, whether we like it or not. Let's be
Yep.
aware we are being judged. Okay. And as
I-
soon as soon as you start posting stuff on social media,
Yeah.
start developing a thicker skin.
I can attest to that.
Okay.
I have TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and the videos that I post. I mean, I'm guessing people like to criticize, so that's the first thing that you get, criticism. And they'll find anything to criticize.
Yep.
Even though they're wrong, they will still criticize. They'll still give their opinion and try to make you feel bad.
You know you're successful or you're going in the right direction when you know your haters. Okay. There's every time I post a video, there's always 2 or 3 haters. Always.
Mhm.
Okay. And the more followers I get, the more success that I get, the deeper the insults get. Okay. Just all I'm saying is be prepared for it. It's going to happen. Remember I said develop that video preparing you for look in the mirror, record a video saying, hey, Leo, you're having a good day today. That's great. But tomorrow or the week after, you're going to get 4 or 5 haters. They're going to, just hate everything you do and will try and destroy everything you're trying to accomplish. Be ready for it. Be ready that, it's going to happen. Get over yourself as quickly as possible. Don't engage with them. I wouldn't even give them the satisfaction of blocking them because any negative, right? And a lot of times, people come to my defense, right? And if I start defending myself, it looks like, I'm defending myself. But if I allow other people to do it, then I can take the high road and not worry about it. Because, and also understand, hurt people. Okay. So these people are hurting. And when you show that you're getting some success and they're not, it hurts them. It hurts them harder. So help them. Don't retaliate. Don't block them. Don't do anything to give them a bad day. Just say, I'm sorry, you're having a bad day. Is there anything I can do to help you out? Right? Generally, they calm down. Okay. But, if we can help them, let's help them. Okay. So I want you to think about in which ways are we pushing clients away? The reason why I engaged with Arturo about the credit card processing, and I'm glad he's doing that, is we have to eliminate all barriers between you and your clients. We have to eliminate every barrier where the client will have an excuse not to go forward with the contract or go forward and do business with you. So we have to understand all the steps to create trust. You're posting content on social media to build trust. The last thing, and I see this a lot, the last thing we want to do is get someone to take action. And a lot of people promote their phone number, then they don't answer their phone. Okay. That bugs the crap out of me. Okay. If you're going to promote a phone number, you better have an answering service after hours. You better have someone answering that phone because there's nothing more important than getting someone on the phone, even if with the client. Mrs. Jones, I'm just with a client right now. Can I call you back at 8 p.m. tonight? Done. That took what, 60 seconds? But the client now knows she can stop looking and she's going to be taken care of, right? So, and that's where the drip campaigns and the AI tools and all that will go into effect. I don't believe in phone calls. I believe you should be directing people to your website where they can fill in a request to quote. Then the AI goes into effect. They start sending emails. Thank you for registering. We will get back to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, here is some of the information you requested. Okay. So I'm a firm believer that when someone needs attention, they get attention within 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I remember I was telling Brian this. I remember reading somebody's website, and they were very proud of the fact that we will get back to you the same week you post a request to quote. The same week? Are you kidding? Right? With the Amazon mentality, you better get back to them within 5 or 10 minutes. Even I'm nervous if it's after 5 minutes, because now they're still looking for other people, right? To give them a quote. Any questions on that?
Leo, I have a company here that people have told me they've called and they say, we are currently not taking on any new clients. I was like, wow, if you have that much work, why aren't you expanding?
Yeah, that's a good point. And I also have a complaint with Stripe. I've had a problem with Stripe since March, mid-March. I've asked for him to speak with a manager about 6 times. I communicate with them every single day, and they keep giving me the same cut and paste type messages. And you know that this is one of the reasons why I left PayPal. And I'm about to leave Stripe. And this is why we're going out to find a new processor. And they've offered us a great discount. They've offered my clients a half-point discount. That's what I mentioned before. So if you're not processing credit cards, you should. And if you're not offering financing, you should, because 70% of our sales are financed. When we sell a roof or a kitchen or a bathroom, we don't quote the job. We say, Mrs. Jones, can you afford your dream kitchen at $249 a month? Yeah, I can do that. Right? So make it painless, make it easy, right?
Okay.
For them. Everything should be financed. And if the client needs 50,000 to do a kitchen, try to get them 80 to 100,000. Now you've got upgrades, right? You've got room for upgrades and change orders, and now the bathroom can be done. Now the flooring can be done, and so on. So give yourself margins. I used to love to say to my salespeople, if you go in and you quote a $300,000 job or $100,000 job, and you finish the job on time, on schedule, and you got paid $100,000, you failed miserably. Because your job as a salesperson is change orders, change orders, change orders. I remember doing jobs that were 80,000 and finished at over 300,000. Okay. That's how I prided myself as being a good closer. And every time I came to see the client would go, oh my God, Leo, what's it going to cost me this time? Right? And that's the type of relationship you want with a client, where the client's joking with you. Leo, I can't afford to talk to you. Right? But they know every time I go and see them, I'm improving the job. And they're always saying yes, right? They're always saying yes to a better tie, better light fixtures, better flooring, better this. Because don't forget, the first job, Jocelyn, the first job, right? It's hard, right? But once they accept and they go beyond buyer's remorse, they've settled, right? They've relaxed, they've accepted, right? Now trust start building, and that's the opportunity where you can go back in and say, remember we talked about this tile, this, like whatever we talked about, but you really wanted this other one, but it was out of your budget. Well, why don't we have another look at that? Because how many times are you going to do this? Right? And say, yeah, you're right. And it's only an extra $50 a month, right? You see how you can get them to double their budget, right? So it's important having that credibility, that trust with a client where you make a suggestion and say, yeah, that makes sense. That's the type of trust you're building by posting content on TikTok, and sometimes a year or two before they start doing business with you. I remember on LinkedIn, the jobs we were closing were the conversation started 5 to 10 years earlier. So even though it's a long closing cycle, a long relationship cycle, it's a solid relationship cycle. With pay-per-click campaigns, it's very quick. You can start ads today and start closing next week. But the relationship is very shallow. They don't know anything about you, right? And that's why, Arturo, you need that drip campaign. So they go directly to the drip campaign and they start building relationships. And that's where your testimonials have to be solid. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, what I want to do now, the second part, you're not just posting content. It's not post and forget. It's not. It's post and engage. Okay. Sometimes okay, this one here, worst businesses to start today, 9.3 million views. Sometimes I post content with inflammatory language to create engagement, right? This one, I think, has 7,000 comments. So you want to post stuff. You don't always want to be absolutely clear, okay? And when I send an email, I always rephrase to make sure they understand. You don't want to do that on videos because sometimes you want to have them assume the wrong thing or assume the negative and have them correct you. People are very proud of the fact that they correcting you. The best way to get engagement is to allow someone to correct you. Okay. So posting an untruth or something that's not 100% accurate is one of the best ways to do that. Are you guys comfortable doing that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if you get 7,000 comments, even a negative comment can be turned into a positive comment. Okay. So if you're struggling to get engagement, try posting something that's not 100% accurate and allow people to correct you. If you want ideas, then we can talk specifics. Right now, we're just doing broad strokes. But what's creating more engagement for me is when I post something that, and I don't give a lot of detail. And this is why I have 10 different worst businesses. Because if I was to talk about the worst business, now I have a lot of time to talk about why I believe that. I don't want to do that. And that's why I talk about 10, so I cannot go into detail. That gives everyone the opportunity to take the high road and say, Leo, you're wrong about this, this, and this. My cousin is a multimillionaire because of that business and stuff like that. Okay. So you want to create that engagement. So you want to post stuff that they can correct you. And actually, if you've got clients who are not responding, one of the tricks that I learned from, Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss is by asking them if they've given up on the project, right? Have you given up on increasing the profit of your business? Have you given up on this project? That type of question, again, forces them to correct you. Of course, I haven't given up. What are you, crazy? Right? Then the communication starts again. Okay. So these are techniques that have been proven to work. So creating content to allow them to correct you is one strategy. The other strategy is to engage. I find that a lot of people, pump and dump. They just post and forget. Do not post and forget. So I'm going to show you how I use a tool. Sorry, it's slow because I'm using too many programs here. So most people type about 30 words per minute. Using this strategy, I can type about 1,000 words per minute. And I'm going to show you how you can do it as well. And if you can type 1,000 words per minute, you're going to accomplish a lot more. Or better yet, your social media managers are going to be able to accomplish a lot more. If you think you have to end up to help, you're offering to go home. Legally, you're overstepping your boundaries. See, here's an opportunity where I allowed them to correct me. Number one. Number two. Number six.
What in the world?
Okay, those were all pre-written emails specifically to that subject line. Husband has already put away a fortune that she doesn't know about and is ready to divorce. That is a good guess, but not necessarily true in this situation. This guy knows nothing about business. Disagree number one. Disagree number two. Number six. See how fast I can go through 1,000 comments? Now, if I have a social media manager doing the same, using different words, because you don't want to be using the same words all the time. And all I have to do is this tool is called Dragon Naturally Speaking, Command Center, Manage Custom Commands. And, I have, my computer crashed, so I only have maybe a couple hundred commands. And if I forget what the commands are, I just look at the list. And every subject that I talk about, I have a custom command. I have a command about Trudeau. My Zoom link, auto hashtags, painting hashtags, you name it. I've got custom commands for it. So it's about training your people to be ultra efficient. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
I talk a lot about leverage tools, voice dictation. The reason why I wear these headphones all the time is because I'm using voice dictation. Otherwise, I'm going to be typing with one finger and I'll type maybe 10 words a minute. Using software or I can type more than 1,000 words per minute. So it's about being efficient and producing a great product. Yes, it's a paid tool. But it's something like $200 a one-time fee. But if you can service, 1,000 more clients a month, and you can use your social media people can use the same license by logging in the same way you do. Now you have 3 social media managers using the license. You pay $200, or $400, depending on which one it is. Trust me, it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. Okay. And, I can type, I have long form emails that I just customize and send it out. It looks like it took 45 minutes to write, but I can do it in 30 seconds. Trust me, you can be more efficient. Okay. The same thing applies for other leverage tools. We are testing robots to make phone calls. And I tested this. This was a couple of months ago. We were on a Zoom call like this, and I said, they said, let me show you how it works. So I just gave them my phone number, and I said, I'm a management consultant. The AI tool went onto the internet, did some research about me and about management consulting in general, called me about 5 minutes later and said, is this Leo? And I said, yes, it is. I am so-and-so. And I asked for a female voice with an English accent. And guess who called me? Okay. And I said, about 35 years old. That's exactly what she sounded like. And I'm on the phone for a good 20 minutes. And I said, I hate management consultants. They're full of shit. I don't want to talk to them, because she was selling me management consulting service. And each time I had an objection or something, it would do quick research and give me a response instantaneously. And that AI tool can make 1,600 calls or initiate 1,600 calls every minute. That's the type of technology that's at our fingertips. Okay.
Is that available for the public?
Well, it is available to you, yes.
What is it called?
It's still kind of expensive. You're looking at about $1,000 a month.
A month? A
Yeah.
month? Okay.
Yeah. So, if you're doing, let's say, $2 million a year, it makes sense to do something like that. Because if you need to confirm appointments, or if you've got, or let's say we're testing it on a roofing company that's been around for 27 years and has a massive database, to go back, 27 years to call these people and say, it's been a long time, and they will state the date. When was the last time? Do you have any referrals for us? How are things going? And keep in touch with that client. And when are you moving? When are you ready for this? Or we have, our trusted circle. We have, great companies for windows, doors, gutters, and landscaping, and so on. So when you're promoting the whole trusted circle, if you can't hit on roofing, there's a pretty good chance you're going to hit on something else. Can you imagine how powerful these tools are? And the other thing is, I was on the phone, even though I knew it was a bot, after 20 minutes of me trying to reject, I pulled the phone away from my ear, talking to the guys on Zoom, and I said, how do I get rid of her? Right. And she says, you want to get rid of me? Why? Right. And I just hung up. She calls me back 10 minutes later. Then she calls me the next day. Okay. So, and very polite and very engaging, and talking about anything that she saw on my social media. She knew that I played pickleball because she saw it on my Facebook. She knew that I play beach volleyball, right? And think about how important that would be if they start talking to you about your dog, right? Or your child. Well, child might be, pushing it, but these are powerful tools coming down the pipe. Oh, and the other thing is we still have that TikTok account for sale. It's a jewelry account that has 31,500 followers. I'm surprised somebody hasn't grabbed it because I think you can get it for around $300. 300 to, she's asking $800, but go in at 250, settle at $200. If I was in your shoes, if I didn't have as many followers as I do, I would have bought it already. So
Sorry, what was the niche, Leo? Jewelry?
jewelry, medium to higher end jewelry. But again, remember what I've said before. Take
Mhm.
the wrong following, use that credibility and that momentum to turn it into the right following.
Okay, I'll talk to you later about that because I'm interested in that. So
Yeah, I think one of you guys should grab it.
yes,
Um,
I'm very interested in that. Okay, I'll get on a call with you about that.
Okay. Any other questions? We've got a couple of minutes for questions, comments, concerns, jokes, if you've got one. The most important tool in business is communication, exchanging of ideas. So
Okay, so I had I don't know if it's not necessarily a question. I just wanted to kind of pick at your brain. I'm still looking into the painting, but like recently I seen some information, you know, the craze with AI. And I don't know if you would consider this some sort, like I know your beef with sexy businesses. And I just wanted to kind of pick at your brain at what you think about like an AI automation, like sort of company. Where
a digital marketing specializing in AI automation, I think could be a good business.
okay,
I don't know how long it would be a good business though, because everyone's jumping in on AI.
that's what yes,
right?
I'm thinking about it being maybe oversaturated just because that niche is so big
Yeah.
now.
The
Yeah.
question is, how can you create such branding and differentiation to stay ahead of the curve?
Okay.
And the product and the service is going to keep changing on a daily basis. It's going to drive you crazy just to stay up to speed as to what's happening. And you attending every trade show around the world just to keep up.
Keep up.
You know, with painting or kitchens or bathrooms or any other type of service business, you can relax. You know it's going to be
stress.
popular 60 years from today, right?
Yes.
There's
yes.
no stress. I mean, it would be exciting, you know, AI and be cutting edge on, you know, it'd be exciting all the time, but I think that excitement would eventually turn to stress because the
Yeah.
clients always want the new thing, the new thing, the new thing.
It's
right?
true.
So,
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, thanks.
and next time we'll talk about your business blueprint because I think you did a great job and I think you can help the other people. I just want to go into more detail, try and add more detail. Always ask how. How am I going to do this? And what happens when something goes wrong and what will go wrong? Not if, what will go wrong? What mistakes will I make and how am I going to fix them? So go deeper. Keep in mind the business blueprint is generally 300 to 350 page document. So you need more detail. Okay. Anyone else? Questions, comments, jokes, concerns?
Leo, when you're saying the business blueprint, is that the ambience, the one that you sent us all was the ambience, the painting
Yeah.
business, I believe it was. Okay, so I just printed that off here so I can, because I'm still one that, yeah, I like to type it out, but I'll hand print it out too, because I may be driving down the road or somewhere and just easier for me to jot it down.
Yeah.
So
And make notes, you know,
yes,
and a lot of times you get ideas from the policy and procedure manual, right?
yeah,
I remember a painting company, obviously their policy was to wear booties, right? So the guys are wearing booties inside the house, then they go out to the truck to pick up something, wearing booties, then coming back into the house, right? Anybody see anything wrong with that picture?
yeah, you're bringing a lot more dirt in.
Right, because the booties
Yeah.
pick up a lot of dust and sand and crap. So,
Yes.
all right. So keep working on that. Keep working on the continuous learning library. You have my calendar link. If you guys need some extra time or you have questions or you're shy or whatever it is, you need help posting. I mean, look at Brian's post, right? 5,500 views, right? So if you want some
Yeah,
help,
one of them was just 10 seconds long, and I just said it's about a toilet paper roll that looked like a rose. They put a rose design on the toilet paper roll.
yeah,
And I was like, have you
thought
ever
it was
seen this in a
interesting.
household? You know, and I think that one has over 2,000 views on it now.
Yeah. That's
So-
attention to detail, right? If you run an Airbnb, you use something like that, it gives you
Yep.
differentiation. And it took what, 3 minutes to do? Right? Probably
It didn't even
less.
take me that. I mean, literally, I looked over and saw it, grabbed the phone, made the video, and said post. I didn't even add any hashtags or anything to it at the time because I was in the middle of another job. So I
Right.
just posted it at the time.
So the
So-
lesson here is post like hell. And out of respect for everybody's time, we're out of time. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Use my calendar link if you want some help. Have a good night.
All right. Good night, all.
Bye.
Night, guys and gal.
Bye. Thank you. Bye, guys.